My favorite part about this was not the romance, it was the chess. Anyway, that's not, you don't care. I just did a bad thing in there. There's no frickin' way I'm getting this posted on my... And I've had some experiences in the last 24 hours that I wish I never knew were possible. Whoa. Hi, this is a great time to start a vlog, right? When it's like 4 a.m. and the cats won't leave you alone and you woke up with a headache and you're trying to kick it. I'm gonna start this vlog officially. I've been trying to start it for a couple weeks now, but we're starting my Ali Hazelwood. My Ali Hazelwood. Future self will have done an introduction, but we're gonna do this vlog where I'm gonna catch up on all of the books that I keep buying from Ali Hazelwood and not reading. This is something that happens when I was trying to think about why there's some authors that, even though I love their books, I like can't be on time with. And I was thinking, oh wait, it's because they publish more than a book a year. And I'm just like, that's a lot of books to keep up with. So I just buy them and then they sit waiting for me. And now I'm going to binge them, starting with Check-In Mate. This is a young adult. What's going on? This is a young adult romance about chess prodigies falling in love. And I'm still super intrigued about the blurb, which says he's the bad boy of chess. What does that even mean? I'm gonna waiting for my pain meds to kick in and also my tea, get some caffeine in me and stuff, but I'm just sitting here sort of in the dark. I figured I would officially start this vlog. I'll be back once I've actually started the book. It's the next day. I'm in the same place. I have officially gotten this far in. I felt really bad yesterday, so that is why I did not update. I had a headache almost the entire day, and I was tired and brain foggy, and my allergies were just, I know it was allergies because my ears were swollen, my ear canals. Anyway, but I wanted to check in really quickly about Check-In Mate. I will check in more later, but I'm really liking this so far. I can't talk about this right now. I'm going to talk about it. Just you wait 5 seconds and I will be with you in a couple of hours. Hi. Hello. I am on my way back from lunch. I have been reading Check-In Mate, and I don't want to be on camera right now. It's like a problem. Like, hi, sorry. This is a terrible angle. I just don't want to be on camera right now, but I need to make vlogs. How'd that work out? So let's talk about this book, which I have not checked in for now, and because I've just been having a really good time turning my brain off and reading it. It's fun. What this book is about, if you are unfamiliar, blurb is really cheesy. Like, it mentions the bad boy of chess. He's not a bad boy of chess. The only label that does get stuck on him besides prodigy is that some interviewer tries to tell him he's a Gen Z sex symbol. That's about it. And he had some temper tantrums and anger issues when he was younger, but sorry, I'm going to turn the air conditioning up higher. Just don't, who cares? So basically this book is Mallory. It is told from her point of view, first person, and she grew up, father played chess professionally, and she is a natural. She's incredibly talented. She probably would have been considered a prodigy, but when she was younger and before she was playing in rated tournaments because her mom didn't want her to, something happened with her father, and it's unclear what, but he ended up leaving them, and now they're in money troubles, and Mallory feels responsible. Even though she was literally a freaking child. Stupid thing. I need to get a new car mount for my phone. Anyway, so she has not played chess since. They don't even talk about chess in her household. They don't talk about her dad. And her mom has rheumatoid arthritis, and her two younger sisters are children. So she, as the book opens, is 19 and working as a mechanic because her brain just works that way. When her best friend, who's a member of a chess club, begs her to do a charity tournament one weekend to raise money. and she happens to be paired with Mr. Chess Prodigy himself, Nolan, who is #1 in the world, and she beats him. And well, let's just say that things happen, and this woman who runs this professional chess club in New York offers her, she lives in New Jersey, offers her a fellowship to train officially, because she's mostly an instinct player. She never really learned like how to do professional chess. She's an amateur, but an extremely talented amateur. So she offers to train her for a year, and it's a job. Basically, it's a fellowship, so they're going to pay her to learn to play chess and get better. She starts playing in tournaments. And she does really well, and it's very fun to read. I love when people are good at their jobs. I love extreme detail about stuff that I could never do myself. It's great. It's really cool the way that Ali Hazelwood is walking the fine line between not getting too technical about the chess. Like, you don't really need to know anything about chess to be able to read the book, which is perfect because I know nothing about chess. I used to play when I was a kid, but I never really liked it. My brain doesn't work that way. But she also makes it seem like she knows chess really well, and I'm sure that she doesn't. So, but yeah, it's really fun. Right now we're at the point where Mallory, well, I don't want to talk too much about the chess stuff because it might bore you, but basically she's in it and she's working her way up the ranks. And of course she's falling for Nolan. And Nolan was in immediately. He was very clearly in immediately, and not just because of her, but because she's the first person who's presented any sort of challenge to him intellectually as a player in a very, very long time. So Mallory has to work through her issues, though, because her issues are multifold, mostly because of her dad, and she's basically hiding behind her family and behind her trauma to not put herself out there anymore. I'm having a good time. I don't really have much to say about it other than what I've already said, which is that I like the competence porn aspect of it, and I really like reading about two prodigies, and I feel like my only complaint so far is that, well, it's unclear when the book is set, but it sort of feels like the book has got references that are about 10 years out of date. They feel like millennial references to things that are going on in pop culture and just stuff like that. It's not abundant, the references. It's not like some authors, but when they do pop up, it's like, what did Gen Zer really say that? So in my head canon is that it takes place in 2016, and she's 19. So she would be more familiar with, for example, Jennifer Lawrence tripping on the stairs when she wins her Academy Award. That's just a little too far to be a reference that somebody throws out who's her age. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm about to head back to work. I'm at work. I'm turning in right now. So I'm sure I will finish this right when I get home, and then I will check in. Hi. So I finished Check and Mate. This was really good. I'm giving it 4 stars. I don't know what's keeping me from giving it the fifth star. Maybe because you know what, I do know. It's Nolan and Mallory's relationship. It was cute, and I feel like this would make a really cute movie. If we could get 2 actors who very clearly have chemistry with each other. My favorite part about this was not the romance, it was the chess. So, and it's a romance. So I feel like that you just can't, it's not 5 stars. But I had a really good time. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to go to next. Probably the novellas, because I feel like those will not take very much time, and I'll be able to get through them really fast and put them in between other books that I'm reading. Deep End is going to be, is that the only novel? The only other, oh no, I have to, Not in Love. But I feel like that one's shorter. Deep End is the longest one. Yeah, but that's Check and Mate. It's very, I should have said this earlier, it's very adult YA. The main character is very sex oriented. She loves sex. She talks about it. Her family is very sex positive, and unlike certain families, like my family, they actually give their children this, the sex talk, but more importantly, they don't even need to give their children the sex talk because sex is just a normal part of life that they talk about, and it's normalized in their family. It's like, who knew? But it's not explicit, but there is sexy times in here. So I will come back to you the next time I pick up one of her books. At this point, I think I have the audiobook novella, which I can never remember the name of, the one that's part of that Christmas romance collection that I didn't read, and that's also, I think I'm going to do that one on audio, even though it's really short. And then the 3 novellas, Not in Love, and then Deep End. I think that's it. Back at you later. Hi, before I forget, because I have forgotten to put it in my last at least 2 videos, but I think it might be 3. I'll get to the end and I'll be like, oh, oops, I was supposed to put a clip in about the subscribers suggestion video or whatever I'm calling it. So this is the clip. This is going in my Ali Hazelwood. I keep calling her Ali Wood. Ali Hazelwood video. This is your cue. I'm linking down below my community post where I have a poll up for the different, there's 4 choices of videos you would like to see me do as a thank you for 1,000 subscribers. And as I say in the post, this is just for now because there were a lot of really good ideas that I would like to do that sound fun on that post. So I very likely will be doing more than like 4 of them anyway in the future. But this is just which one is going to be now and for the subscribers for getting me to 1,000. Please click below, vote for which one you want me to do, and I appreciate you. Okay, bye. Guys, it's independent bookstore day, and I'm going to the independent bookstore. So we're gonna go in right now. I'm gonna only buy 1 book, just 1. And then I'm gonna go over to the other independent bookstore with it's you, so I'll get more than 1 book, but just only 1 new book. The boba place. I'm going to reload an envelope. My book from Bluesky book. I'll show it to you down here. And I got a tangerine and the first. This is very exciting. Strawberries covered in sugar. Ready? It's strawberry covered in sugar. Some strawberry matcha. Can you tell what I like? Good. I needed somebody with me to tell me no. Oh well. So here's what I got in Bookman's. So I got green teeth. You saw that I got green teeth at Mostly Books, which I'm very excited about. And then I found this first edition of Firestarter. I already have a copy of Firestarter, and I have another copy of Firestarter coming this summer because they're releasing a new edition of it. Maybe I'll cancel that one. I don't know. This was cool. And then got, because I'm reading this for Read Harder this year, Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. This is a very creepy cover. And then while I was looking for Dawn, I saw that they released a new cover of Kindred, which is one of my top 20 favorite books of all time. Linked below. And this is what it looks like. And it's so pretty. I'm so happy because this book has needed a new cover for so long. And it's finally got one. And it also has a foreword by Janelle Monáe. So I guess I gotta reread it again. Then I got, this is where I really made a mistake. It's brand new. It's not used. We Sold Our Souls by Grady Hendrix. The only Grady Hendrix book I have not read yet. Well, besides Horror Store, but I own that one and I'm reading it next month. No, sorry, in June. And then the last thing I got was also an impulse purchase. It was only $8, but I couldn't resist. I'm gonna put it on my wall. And it's this framed picture of this lady in space, and she's not wearing any appropriate gear, and it's so vintage and stupid looking, and I love it. I don't know if you can, oops, see this guy's face. He looks like an idiot. Like, I don't know what he's holding, but anyway, I just think this is really cool. So that was the dumb stuff I did this afternoon. I'll check in later. I'm about to finish the first Ali Hazelwood novella. That's a rattlesnake outside my door. Hey, buddy, you need to leave. I'm not threatening you. Can you leave, please? I'm having a nice open door moment and you're scaring my cat. Thank you. Hi. You know what? No. Hi, it's me and Lily. I'm very low energy today, but I need to do an update because I have to get this video filmed and edited to post for Mother's Day. It's probably not going to happen, but that's what I'm shooting for. Probably it'll be Monday, but whatever. I need to finish. So I have finally, first I'm going to update you on these two novellas, but I woke up this morning. I feel super weird. I feel like not stuffy, but like something is going on in my throat and it hurts, and my like right tonsil hurt this morning, and I just feel very low energy and kind of bad. Excuse me if this isn't the best update ever. Here's the plan. I'm gonna tell you about these two novellas. I don't have much to say about them, so it's fine. But I have the rest of today, which is Friday, and all day Saturday and Sunday morning to finish 2 more books. I have, well, 2 more books, a novella, and a short story. So I have to finish Not in Love. I'm going to read this today. And then I'm going to read Deep End tomorrow. I have all day tomorrow to do this. And then I'm planning on listening to A Cruel Winter with You, which I have an audio copy of. And then 2 Can Play will be Sunday morning. I will probably have to finish it on my drive to Phoenix. I'm driving to Phoenix because it's Mother's Day, and I'm going to have lunch with my mom, or brunch, or whatever. And then I will come home, edit this video, and post it. That is the plan. Also, I'm baking sourdough bread in the morning. We'll see how that turns out. Anyway, let's talk about novellas. So the first novella I did end up finishing was Stuck With You, which is about 2 people, Eric and Sadie, who are both engineers, and they work in the same building in New York City for different companies, and they had like a really intense thing, like they had intense chemistry and so much in common, and then Eric betrayed Sadie somehow, and of course now she hates him, and then they get stuck in an elevator together. So of course, you know, they work things out, and it was fun. I just gave it 4 stars though, because it felt a little bit like some of the wording and some of it was unnecessary, and I don't know. It was just fine. I think I like Ali Hazelwood longer form, but we'll see how that bears out. And then I felt pretty much the same about the next novella, which is Below Zero, which follows this NASA. Is she an engineer? I think that's her title. She works for NASA in the rover department, but she's on this trip, which I think it's a real thing in Svalbard. I guess it mimics the terrain of Mars. And so she's on a project there, and she gets stuck in a crevasse, and due to reasons, has to be rescued. And guess who's rescuing her? It is the person that she had insane chemistry with, but told him she didn't date. So of course they ended up working in the same place and seeing each other all the time. And of course he's pining after her. So this was also fun. I actually really, really liked, what's his name? Ian is his name. Ian. And then in my edition, which it's over there, so I don't want to get up and get it. There's an extra bonus chapter tying all 3 novellas together, because all 3 of the women are friends, and then they introduce their husbands to each other, and then the husbands become friends, and it takes place, I think, several years after the novellas, because they're married now. And anyway, it was just fine. It was fine. It really is like my least favorite thing I've read, though, from Ali Hazelwood. And I did learn, because the afterword said that these were all like one-shot fanfics, which makes sense. They felt very fanficky, and there's a lot of fanfics about novella size, so this was right for the plucking, I guess. But I just don't know how well they translated, because I'm sure in their original fanfic form, without the benefit of like novel length fleshing out, there just wasn't as much room to care. The thing about fanfic is when you go into fanfic, you already have an emotional investment in these characters. They already have a full history, and you're just plopping them into a new setting, so you don't have to do that work. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm very tired. I think I might actually take a nap before I start Not in Love. Well, I'm actually hungry, so I think I'm gonna have some noodles, and then I will take a nap, and then I will start Not in Love, and then I will come back to you. So I didn't check in last night. I went to bed at 8:30. I went to bed at 8:30. Also, I woke up this morning. I still felt like crap. I don't know if I'm sick or if my postnasal drip is just so bad that it's making my throat hurt, but I feel slightly better this morning. I don't know. But meanwhile, can I just tell you guys, I've perfected my curly hair routine. Will you just look at this? This is what I've been aiming for this whole time. I finally figured it out. Anyway, you don't care. I've watched so many curly hair videos on Instagram. Let's talk about Not in Love. So I am on page 142. I did not finish it last night. Again, instead of staying up till 10 like I was planning on and finishing this, because I could have. I'm like almost halfway through, and I read this in like 2 hours. I just went to bed. Do I sound weird? I think I sound weird. So this book, Lily and Pippin, I don't know if they're playing. Look at her. She's fierce. What are you guys doing? Huh? Pippin? Say, I don't know if she's playing with me or not. Okay, I don't know how much of that I actually got because I turned my phone around. This is the latest book in her publishing catalog that I've read until this one is Mate. No, that's the sequel. Bride. And I just reading those novellas, which were published right after Love on the Brain, I believe, but they were written even earlier than in her first 2 novels. So a lot of it is just clear how much she's improved as a writer, but everything's a little bit more subtle and it feels a little bit more mature. But granted, this story, as she says, and she writes a little letter at the beginning saying, just so you know, this is not really a rom-com, because the 2 main characters are emotionally illiterate and they don't know how to have a relationship, so they just initiate sex and they use that as a proxy. So it's, as a result, she says, more of a erotic romance, which I guess. I read a lot of this type of stuff in fanfic though, so I'm used to it. The plot. So basically we've got Rue and we've got Eli, and Rue is a chemical engineer who is working on food preservation, bio nanotechnology, and she works for this company called Klein, and Klein got on the map because her mentor, who's also her friend, Florence Klein, invented this biofuel that is making a lot of money and is supposedly like economically, I mean, it's green and clean energy. And they're still researching it, but I mean, it's like scientifically sort of like a fantasy sort of a thing, because I don't think that's possible, but the science surrounding it all sounds legit, because Ali Hazelwood is a science. She has a doctorate. She's a science. Eli works for a venture capital firm that goes around buying up companies. But what they've actually done, the book opens with Rue and her best friend Tish hilariously Googling the term, what is it? Loan something? Loan assignment. That's what they're Googling. And then they have to call Tish's sister, who's a lawyer, because they don't understand what they find. Anyway, it turns out that their company, which both of them love, is in danger of a hostile takeover from this venture capital firm, which has bought their loan, the loan that the founder took out to start the company. And so that's the plot. But of course, we learn Eli and Rue met the night before, unknowing who either of the other two was, on a hookup app. And they don't end up hooking up because Eli shows up and Rue's brother, which he doesn't know it's her brother at the time. He thinks it's just some man harassing her with a sexual sort of overtone, but it's not. It's her brother. She just doesn't feel like having sex anymore. So instead they sort of just talk, but they talk in a weird way, and they both are sort of immediately taken with each other. And then they just have, when they finally realize that who each other are the next morning, they cannot control their chemistry. But I'm joking, but it's done in a pretty good way. For me, an asexual, I feel like she's doing an excellent job showing these two people's like yearning for each other, which is masking a yearning to actually have a true, intimate, emotional relationship with somebody that they don't actually know how to have. So I am really enjoying it so far. It's very clear to me that I think that Eli and his three friends who are a part of this venture capital firm, they are actually the righteous ones, and Florence is a bit of a shitbag. I just get that feeling. I mean, we hear behind closed doors because we get POV from Eli and POV from Rue. Eli's POV is in third person and Rue's is in first, which is interesting. We hear from them, and it's clear that they have like a goal that you can sort of interpret as a little bit sinister, but it also seems a little bit righteous. And of course, this is a romance, and so there's going to be a happily ever after. So that means that he can't be a terrible person who is doing this to an innocent woman. So I think that Florence must be a shitbag. Anyway, I'm having a really good time with this. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to sit down finally and finish it. Actually, I'm also going to be cooking today. I'm going to show you that plan. I'm making a sourdough rye loaf, and I'm literally about to go mix the dough. It is 11 o'clock. It is time. And I got to do my stretch and folds and then put it in for its bulk ferment so I can bake it in the morning. And then this afternoon, I'm making for dinner a roast chicken. It's a Smitten Kitchen's roast chicken with schmaltzy cabbage, where the cabbage is on the bottom and the chicken juices cook the cabbage. And I'm really excited about it. So yeah, that's the plan. More later. Okay, so it looks like this lumpy lump, it's been resting. So now we're gonna stretch and fold, and it's gonna become dough like magic. Ready? Okay. Oh, wait, I have to wet my hand. Dough looks weird. I'm using rye flour for the first time. It's weird. Rye is weird. Ooh, I don't know if I like this. Ooh, it's really sticky. This is gonna be difficult, guys. I'm a little worried. It's not, normally it just goes whoop on its own. Maybe I should have only done a quarter cup of rye flour instead of a cup, half cup. Well, this is gonna be an interesting loaf. Get rest for 15 minutes. And I'm gonna do this 2 more times, 15-minute rests, and then we're gonna switch to 30-minute rests, and maybe it'll look better by then. I just want to show y'all this starter of mine. This is what a starter looks like when you've just just put it in, right? Nope. I put this in this morning at 7. I fed it. I fed her, Dolores. It's my starter. I fed her. And then at 11, she was pretty much up to here. So I stirred her. She fell and made my dough. Almost done. And then put her back here, saying I'll feed you again tonight, whatever. And now look at her. Doubled again. Dolores, you are doing too much. Eager. What's going on? Poofy. Look how poofy. All right, gotta baste this little bitch. Oh, that is hot. That is moist. She's getting brown. Hold on. I don't think she's done yet, but we'll see. I will use it in 5 minutes. Okay, taking a break from chicken roasting. Just wanted to let you know I finished Not in Love. And I am giving this 4.5 stars, but probably going to round up to 5. Because I'm sitting here thinking, I mean, it had a perfect ending, but I'm sitting here thinking, like, is there anything else is there anything I would change about this? I mean, aside from the general premise of an erotic romance, which I think is not going to get to me as much as like a rom-com, because I like to laugh in these books. Aside from that, like it's I literally wouldn't change anything. There's no flaws here. There's no flaws. This is a perfectly constructed romance novel. So 5 stars, 4.5 stars, 5 stars for rounding up, but 4.5 stars for preference. You know, who cares? By the way, at the end of this video, I'm gonna have a little bit of a rant about people who decided to make it their personality to hate Ali Hazelwood and other authors that are female. So just so you know, that's coming. But I'm gonna sit here and I'm going to start this. Okay, bye. Well, loaf. Well, there's my books, but that's a coincidence. Mostly I just wanted to show you the loaf and how big it's gotten. It's halfway through its bulk ferment, and it is rising nicely, so I think we're going to be okay here. It's fine. So far the rye loaf seems to be doing well. We'll see how it ends up. Roasty toasty. A little too roasty toasty, but it's fine. The skin will be crispy. Just waiting for the cabbage, which is sizzling away. And I think I need to be done. I think it's over. There's too much liquid in there. It's not gonna brown. Why am I telling you this? Hi, I'm not finishing this book tonight. If you've been watching my videos long enough, you know this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen, but I also didn't know. So I'm on page 72. And the reason I'm updating right now, this isn't gonna be a real update. I'm so tired and my nose is stuffy again. And I just wanted to say, Olive and Adam just showed up from her very first book, The Love Hypothesis, which is still my favorite. And I might be reading it again soon, because I just got really happy when they showed up. I'm liking this so far, but more in the morning. Bye. Toothless cat, choose bookmark, is in heaven. Oh, okay, you ruined it. She was gumming it. So I'm sick, officially, but I did want to show you my finished loaf, which, as you can see, didn't rise. I think it was overproofed. It was too hot in my house, but the crumb looks pretty good, and I bet it'll still taste good, so I'm going to try it. I buttered it. I like it. It has a good flavor. I just wish it would have risen. Ooh, it's very sour. Yeah, I think it was just too hot. It was too hot in my house, and the dough overproofed by like 2 hours, I think. I noticed that it was ready pretty much, and then I let it go because my recipe said 8 hours. So at a certain point, you just gotta ignore the recipe and just trust your gut. And next time, if it rises early, I'm gonna just do it early because this is what happens. You get a little short loaf. I like rye bread, so I'm gonna go shower. Bye. Hello, Pippin. What are you doing? Did you let me snuggle you earlier? Oh, he's gonna scratch the carpet. Do you see that scratching post right there? You can use that instead of the carpet. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. I don't remember what my last update was. I think it was last night. So I've been knocked on my butt today by illness, and it is 4:45. Basically what happened is last night after I put the camera down, I tried to sleep and I failed. I did not really sleep. It just felt like there were knives in my throat and I'm stuffy and the stuff is happening, and I was like taking medicine and it didn't help me sleep. And so I woke up this morning finally after like, I don't even know, 4 hours of sleep, and I called my mom and I had to cancel our brunch. I was like, I'm not driving to Phoenix in this. And then anyway, basically I've been sleeping all day. I did manage to make it to 182, page 182 of Deep End. In case you're wondering why I baked bread when I'm sick, it's because it takes like 2.5 days to make the bread, and I wasn't gonna waste my loaf, okay? Plus it was the easy part. It was the like just stick it in the oven part. So shut it. I'm liking this. It's a little long. I mean, actually it's probably fine. This is definitely her longest book though, but what I'm really in the mood for is something light and like fantastical, and this is not light and fantastical. But I need to finish this because I need to move on to other stuff starting tomorrow. This weekend was like a free period because a book that anyway, what this book is about, by the way, I would not recommend marathoning Ali Hazelwood books. It's not the best way to read them. Whereas with Alexis Hall, marathoning it, his books made me enjoy them more. This one made me see a lot of the stuff she does the same in all of her books, and a lot of the dynamics that are the same, which is fine. It's just, you know, don't read them back to back because you just read them when you want a little something to pepper between other books. And I feel like that's the ideal way to read Ali Hazelwood. Anyway, this is very similar in that there was a slight dominant submission power exchange thing going on in Not in Love, and that's what this book is about. So there's two things going on here. The first thing is that main character, who everyone calls Vandy because of her last name, Vandermeer, but her name is Scarlett, and she is a college level diver, and that's really interesting to read about. I love when authors go like deep dives into stuff that I have no idea about. Her friend on her team has just broken up with her boyfriend because they had mismatched sexual preferences, and also she'd been with him since she was 16, and she's like, I want to play the field, I want to have fun, I want to flirt, I want to meet lots of people. So they broke up, but she found out that Scarlett is into dominance and submission like her boyfriend, and she's definitely not into it. So when she's drunk one day at a party, at a cookout, she gets this idea in her head that they should have sex with each other, and it's like a joke, and she's really embarrassed by it the next morning. But neither one of our main characters, Lucas or Scarlett, can get that out of their heads, and they are very attracted to each other and they understand each other. It starts out right now, they have just started their sexual relationship like 20 pages ago, 30 pages ago maybe. So there's a lot of setup. I'm liking it. It's not going to be a 5, I don't think. It's just not like a book that is based on sex without other certain elements in it. It's not usually something I could give a 5 to. I mean, I guess never say never, but it's really well done. And I'm liking a lot of the aspects of it. I don't know if I have more to say than that. Oh, I did also read Cruel Winter with You. And this one is actually my least favorite thing I think I've ever read from her. I'm not sure what happened here. Maybe I was just in a bad mood because I didn't feel good. I listened to it while I was getting ready, like taking a shower and cleaning up my kitchen so that it's not a complete disaster tomorrow when I go to do the dishes and just whatever. And it was, I listened to it in like an hour and 15 minutes, and it's a 2-hour audiobook, but I had it on higher speed. But that one is about two people who have known each other since they were literal infants. Like, her first memory is holding him as a newborn, and she was like 2.5. So they grew up together, and the way their relationship changes over time and how they finally actually end up together. And it was fine, but something about it just didn't click perfectly for me. And they finally end up getting together because of like a blizzard and a storm, and it's a holiday. Is it Thanksgiving or Christmas? It's not important. It's not important. It was fine. I gave that one 3.5 stars. And then after I finish this, I will have one more novella. There's no frickin' way I'm getting this posted on Monday. Like, it's just not happening. I will probably finish this today. Probably, if I don't start a TV show or something and then get really involved in that. I'm also out of pain medication, so here's hoping my Tylenol that I took lasts me through the night. That's not how it works. I really hope I have enough energy to go to work tomorrow. I cannot miss more work. I'll just check in when I finish this. Bye. Cannot get comfortable. Good news, bad news situation. Bad news is I feel worse. So that's fun. I'm now snuffy. Snuffy. This entire sinus is, it's devoid of use. It's gone for the count. I tried using a neti pot and it didn't even go anywhere. It was just, so I had to bust out the Afrin, even though that stuff scares me because I've heard how addictive it can be. Anyway, the good news is, well, sort of good news. I don't know. I'm probably gonna finish this tonight or early tomorrow morning. That's fine. I think it's probably gonna be a 4-star. I am now skipping every sex scene, and there's quite a few, but that's gonna be the last book because I tried out the audio of Two Can Play. I'm very sore. My muscles are sore. I'm achy. I don't feel good. I tried out the audio for Two Can Play, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I got 1 minute in and I said, nope, we're done. This isn't happening. I'm gonna wait for the ebook. If you're going to produce an audio only book, you need a good narrator. Is this not like elementary? I don't understand. I mean, I'm sure somebody thinks this woman is good. I don't even know who it is. Oh God, hold on. I switched sides because my arm was hurting. Hold on. Is that better? Whatever. Who cares? I don't even care. My arm's gonna hurt again on this side. If you're gonna, like, that's the whole point. Make a good audiobook. I have a hard time believing that anyone would not be annoyed by this. Oh, I need to blow my nose. And this is on Afrin. I'm gonna read this until I get sleepy. Also, you know how I know I'm sick? You know how I know? I just realized that I didn't eat dinner. So, that doesn't happen to me. I always eat. Even when I'm sick, I eat. In fact, I usually eat more when I'm sick because I love food and it makes me feel better. Anyway, yeah, I didn't eat dinner. The last thing I ate was when I woke up from my nap at 2:30. I had a sandwich with my rye bread, and it was turkey and vegan cheese and mustard and mayonnaise, and I had a tomato in there and I went to bust it out, but it was moldy. So I thought it was still good because it was like the stem was down and the rest of it looked juicy and not wrinkly and plump still, and I was like, oh, I can eat that. And then I flipped it over, and then no. I'm gonna go now. I will check in and wrap up this vlog tomorrow. Probably still not gonna be posted on Monday. It's fine, but I have one less book to worry about. Let's wrap up this vlog. Real quick, I forgot to mention something about Deep End. The main character and her stepmom have a dog who is a husky pug mix, and that's a real thing. And I Googled it, and this is what they look like. Why would somebody do this? I don't understand. I mentioned that I was going to rant about I always forget the word and my brain is broken today. The internalized misogyny that I think is at the root of people's obsessive hatred for this woman's books when they could just stop reading them. I'm not going to go too much into it because it's a whole thing. I would probably have to do like a video essay on it, but there are no other authors that people hate read as much as they do Ali Hazelwood's books. And I'm like, guys, do you know what I do when I don't like an author's books? I stop reading them. But they keep reading them, and it seems like it's like an attack. Every time they read one of her books, it's an attack. And I'm like, you don't do this with any other author. You don't see this sort of obsessive behavior with male authors. It's only women authors. I think it's gross. If you don't like an author's stuff, that's perfectly your prerogative. Please stop reading them. I mean, I guess you have the right to, but why do you want to do that to yourself? I don't understand. Let's wrap up this vlog. I read 3 novels. Oops, what did I do? Sorry, I'm on a lot of drugs right now, and I've had some experiences in the last 24 hours that I wish I never knew were possible. I stayed home from work, by the way, but I need to get this video up because I have a video that's has to go up on the 18th, so I can't post them too close together, and plus, you're not supposed to post videos too far apart because it messes you up with the algorithm. Anyway, you don't care. I read 3 novels and 2 novellas. So I read Stuck With You novella and Below Zero from Loath to Love You. I read Check and Mate, which is the young adult. I read Not in Love, which is my favorite book of the video. And I read Deep End, which is a very good book for somebody else who's not me. I enjoyed it and I liked it, but it's not for me. It's not for me. I already sort of mentioned this, but what I've learned is that there are some romance authors that you can binge and it's great, and there are some that you shouldn't binge because they just work better spread apart. And she's one of those. It's not that she's not a good writer, because actually her writing has improved. I think the craft of it has improved with every book that she's written. There's like certain things, it's like certain character types and certain situations, and like you could just see how, not fixated, but the stuff that interests her is kind of repetitive. And it's good when it's spread apart because you're like in the mood for that thing. But if you read them all back to back, that thing is like, well, I just read this. I kind of hope she stops with the dom sub stuff. It's really not my thing. I've read fanfic and stuff in the past successfully, but like, I think there's something really icky. I mean, she talks about it, how the female sub male dom dynamic, where the man likes to be in charge and the woman is the one that submits, which I don't want to talk about kink right now, but it's very complicated. But it doesn't feel sexy to me to have a man be in charge. I think it's personally icky. Nothing wrong with it, especially the way it's done here, which is very thoughtful, but I think it's ick. And I did not think any of the sex scenes were sexy. So when I've read BDSM books in the past, or kink books, it's either been queer, so 2 men, or the woman has been the dominant one, which I enjoy. It's just not for me. And 2 of these books had that. And I think I'm ready for her to be done with that now and try something new. And I know she likes dark romance, and I do not like dark romance, so if she starts going in the dark romance route, and maybe I'll only be reading her paranormal romance, because I don't know, I just don't think it's for me. It's not that I don't like reading about kink, it's just that some kinks gross me out. They give me the ick. You know? Somebody's ick is somebody else's yum. That's how it works, right? Anyway, this has been a weird vlog. I started it so long ago, I feel like, and then I had to rush to finish it, and then I got sick, so I had to keep going anyway, because I didn't have a video to fill the spot. And I'm working on another reading vlog right now, which is a video that's going to be posted on Sunday, so you're going to get 2 reading vlogs in a row. I know there's some of you who love them, but They're my worst performing videos, so you're welcome. I'm taking a hit. I don't know how popular this will be because I don't know if a lot of you like romance. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm an eclectic reader. I read all kinds of stuff, so who knows if many of you are that same way, or if you like one specific genre and that's the genre you watch me for. I don't know. I don't know. That would be interesting to find out. Maybe I'll do a poll sometime. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end of this video, no idea how long it is. I haven't uploaded the footage yet. Then I thank you. And if you liked the video and you want to see more stuff from me on your screen of choice, then please leave me a like and subscribe if you want to, because it's the best way to help me. There's also some links in my doobly-doo down below, my wish list, my buy me a coffee if you'd like to directly support me, and some links for like Everand, the audiobook service, to get a free month trial and 3 credits. That's that. If you don't have anything to say but would like to leave me a little something, then I wish there was a pug husky emoji. Like, what? Come on. Maybe leave me... Is there a chess piece or a chessboard? Something chess related. Because I feel like this book didn't get as much screen time as the other ones. I'm caught up on Ali Hazelwood minus that novella that I have to... I'm just treating it as not being published right now, is what I'm doing. When it comes out in a format that I can read with my eyeballs, I will do so. I hope to see you in the next video. Again, that will be posting on Sunday. It's gonna happen, and I think you guys are gonna think it's a real fun one. I'm actually collaborating with another YouTuber, which I've never done before, so that will be fun. And how do I end these videos? Hope you're having a nice day and you're not sick like me, because I don't like it. Okay. Love you. Bye.